Well, I think we're in challenging and unique times, but I think we've always had challenging and unique times depending on what's leading into the cycles that we're in. The speakers talked about, I think his name was Lou, he was on the off-balance sheet type capital markets side, talking about CMBS and Lifeco deals, and he was saying that they're both very active right now. CMBS is trying to find a spot in the 5-year market where usually they've been more longer-term debt, but there's just not a lot of people out there right now that want short-term debt. So Lifeco's been very successful this year with their allocations. It sounds like they've been really aggressive and attractive with rates and structures. But both of those have also brought their loan sizes down, south of $10 million. Oh boy, was it not Judy? Judy?
Mindy Korth.
Mindy Korth, wealth of great knowledge. She's obviously been around a long time through a lot of cycles, so she brings a lot of data. She talked about how the institutional investors have really pulled back. They're a little bit more on the sidelines right now. So what we're seeing transactions that are happening right now are more the private equity groups. And that is also asset class specific. So you're seeing the institutional investors a little more active in retail than they would be in office or even industrial right now. And then we had the gentleman from Enterprise Bank talking about his on-balance sheet, the challenges that they're having in that world. And that's just because a lot of their construction lending just isn't penciling out right now. So getting deals done that don't pencil for the investor, for the developer, or for the bank is getting really, really difficult. I think it's really dangerous when people look at national data and try to make it fit in Phoenix, and even more specifically, when people look at Phoenix Metro and try to make that fit, you really have to look at the different submarkets. A good example, I was looking at a medical office deal earlier today, and the medical office vacancy rate for Phoenix as a whole is over 15%, whereas in the West Valley, it's under 5%. So it's really important to understand your submarket. Phoenix as a whole, you mentioned it earlier, is very diverse. We've since the Great Recession, we've gone from being very focused on construction and tourism to being high-end manufacturing, a lot of data centers, a lot of distribution centers, a lot of healthcare, wearables. There's a lot of diversity in our economy now. So our ability to withstand a big stress in the market, I think, will be a lot better. Our water situation is always in question, but I think that from the states that are on the CAP that are dependent on that water source, we're actually probably one of the strongest states, the way that we have multiple sources of water where a lot of states don't. So I feel like Phoenix is well positioned to withstand any type of stress. In addition to what they were saying is that there's still a lot of people moving here, and that helps. I have a friend who's an office broker, and she'll argue with me all day long why office is still a good place to be. And she brings up some really good points. We do have a lot of smaller businesses here, to the point that the speakers had, and people are moving here, and they need places to work, places to live, shop, etc.